So these three questions tell me whether a prospect is worth a sales call before I even get on one. Okay, most agency owners get on calls with people who are never going to buy in the first place. And these three questions that you see on the screen here, filter them out before you even waste an hour with them on a sales call. And if you skip qualification, your calendar fills with tire kickers and your close rate just messes up and goes down, right? These three questions asked in DMs or in your calendar link before the call fix that completely. Okay, so I'm going to show you the exact three. Why we ask this one, because you already see the questions on the screen. The main thing is why do we ask them? Okay, you can actually steal these and put them on your calendar and use them. Okay, so here's the first one. Okay, now these three are actually more important than these ones here, but these are the basic stuffs. Okay, and these are things that everyone should have in their specific calendar thing. Okay. So, firstly, obviously, we need these three things from them. Okay. Basic stuff. This is the most important thing here because if they are not the sole decision maker, that and you're speaking to someone who's just like a sales rep or like a person from the HR team or whatever, that's not good. Okay. You need to be speaking to the sole decision maker and they need to say yes to this. Okay. Very important. Then we get into asking them if they are going to show up. Very important. So we say, do you agree to honor your requested time slot for this call? If you do not honor the time slot, we receive no communication. We may force to blacklist your details in our system. So this one essentially tells us that they are going to show up and they are actually serious about their stuff. Okay. And here you only give them one option that they agree because if they don't agree, then they don't need to book a call in the first place. You know what I mean? So that's the second one. Let's move on. So now we need to know what service they provide. So for us, we're targeting agency owners. So agency owners do a lot of different things, and we need to know what service these guys are doing, right? So they could be email marketing, lead generation, social media marketing, AI agents, or web design. And then we also leave a section here for them to put in other, like what else they're doing, right? And this is not supposed to be like something that you put on your Calendly link only. This can be something that you do via your call things or like your DM outreach if you don't do like Calendly link bookings. Let's say, for example, you're cold calling and you can't just send a Calendly link to them to book a call, right? So you can ask these questions one by one after they've agreed to a time, right? Then you can ask these questions, make sure they're qualified. Now, let's get into why we're asking these specific questions, okay? So let's get into these ones here because these are actually more important than everything here. Okay. The first one we ask them here is what's your current monthly revenue? We need to know that they're making enough money to afford our services. If someone's making 0K, then it's pretty apparent that they're not going to be able to pay you high ticket or like whatever you're offering, right? So we need to know what they're making, okay? And once we know that, okay, let's say this guy's making 10 to 20K per month, okay? Now we know how the call is going to go, what the pitch is going to look like, what type of avatar you can expect on the call, okay? Now, once we know their current revenue, we need to know what their target revenue is, like what the goal is, okay? Most people will do this one or this one here. And now that we know their current revenue and their goal revenue, we have a gap between where they are right now and where they want to get to. And we are going to bridge this gap on the call that we're going to conduct. Okay. And we need them to be aware of this kind of stuff. Does that make sense? So that's essentially why we're asking these questions. Okay. Also, I see 50% of you guys haven't subscribed yet, which is not the nicest thing. So scroll down below and subscribe. Now, after we ask them what their current monthly revenue is and what their target revenue is, then we go into what is actually stopping them from getting there. Okay. Now, as I said, we're building a gap here between where they are now and where they want to go. And now we're just showing them as to like what the gap is and what is actually stopping them from getting there. Okay. Now, they might have a couple things. They might check lead gen, sales, operations, service delivery, all of this, or they might just have one or two things, right? Most of the times, people that come to us select these two, but you need to have this for your own agency too, where like you're asking them what is actually stopping them from bridging this gap specifically here, okay? And when you ask that, then they're going to look at your call as a vehicle that's going to help them bridge this gap. Okay. And that's why we're asking this. And once we're done here, we ask them where should we send messages to, and this is important because we're going to send text to them. So we ask this twice. As you can see, we ask this here and then we ask this here too. The only reason for that is sometimes someone might say, this is my number, but send text to here, so they can expect text from us. Okay. By the way, if you want us and our team to build this entire system within your agency where every call that you conduct is with a qualified prospect, there's a link in the description that's going to help you do that. Full transparency. It's a sales funnel where I'm going to try and pitch you something. So you don't have to click it if you don't want to. It's just there. So that's the qualification filter. And if you like this video, just like it so that way you get more videos like this recommended to you. And then subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.